Here are some rules for exponents. I'm going to show you a couple problems that show you how to use them. First of all, we have 10 to the third, or we call it 10 cubed, and that means that you multiply 10 by itself 3 times. And if you do that, you get 1,000. Next, 6 to the 0.5 raised to the fourth, you use the rule right to the left of it. And that rule says that you should multiply the exponents, so you have 6 to the 0.5 times 4, and 0.5 times 4 is 2. So you get 6 to the 2, or 6 squared, and 6 times 6 is 36. Next we have 5 raised to the power negative 2, and the rule just to the left of it says in order to take care of the negative you put it on the bottom like this. And that gives you 1 over 5 squared, which is 1 over 25. The last one on this page says 9 raised to the power 0.5, and the rule directly to the left of that says that you just put that in the square root. So you have a square root of 9, which is just 3. Next, I want to show you a couple problems that require you to use more than one rule at a time. First, I'll rewrite the problem as 4 cubed divided by 4 to the fifth, so it looks more like the rule on the left-hand side. Next, I'll use the third rule that says I need to subtract the exponents, so I get 4 to the 3 minus 5, which is 4 to the negative 2. Now, if you have a negative exponent, you can use the other rule to take care of that. And this rule says if you have a negative exponent, you put it on the bottom, so I have 1 over 4 squared, and that equals 1 over 16. Here's another one that uses two rules. First, I'm going to use the rule that says what to do with the negative number. I take that rule and put it on the bottom, so it's 1 over 4 raised to the 0.5 power. And then I use that last rule there that says what to do with the 0.5 power. Basically, it's just the square root, so I have 1 over the square root of 4. And the square root of 4 is just 2, so I end up with 1/2. For this one, I'm also going to use two separate rules. But first, I'm going to rewrite this in a way that makes it a little bit easier to see what the problem is. I just rewrote that 1.5 as 1 plus 0.5. That makes it a little bit easier. Next, I'm going to use that second rule in reverse to split that apart. And when I split it apart, I have 16 raised to the 1 power times 16 raised to the 0.5 power, following that rule. And that gives me 16 to the 1 times the square root of 16 if I use that last rule to take care of the 0.5 exponent. And that's just 16 times 4, because 4 is the square root of 16, so 16 times 4 is 64, and that's the answer.